boys. Didn't do anything. Right, guys. Quiet class. Is there anything that anyone wants to work on in particular?
Opening the lower back, I think.
Yeah, we can do that. No worries.
Holding a couple of weeks ago, so.
Oh, you did? Okay, right. Oh yeah?
Very strenuous.
It's a dangerous sport, that. Okay, so yeah, we'll do some stuff for the lower back. Anyone else? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so we'll do some things to release the knees as well. Come on, Rob, anything you want? Okay. Alright then, there we go. Nice to hear. But again, like I say, I don't mind having a theme for it, but sometimes people can come along and go like, I didn't do that stretch, or something I want to work on. So the knee and the lower back are two things I don't often work on, so we'll make sure we do that. So first of all, you have to gauge in the knees, you also have the lower back, okay? So what we're going to do with the squat is we're gonna do 10, but each time we go down, we're going to try to stay down there for a little bit, okay? So I'll try and explain, and that should cover our warm up, okay? By the end of it, our knees should be loose from going up and down, and our back should be kind of worked out as well. So basically, from here, the first time you're going to sit down and squat. Now it doesn't matter where your squat is, whether you sit on a block or not, but you just push the knees out and in 10 times, either with your knuckles or your palms, okay? So let's have a go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll come up slowly. Okay, next time we go down, we're going to come down, slowly sit. Bring that hand to the opposite ankle as far as you can. Now you can stay there, or you can twist your arm to the side. So we're going to turn and twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And change arms and go to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Now see if you can lift your arms up and then stand up. Come all the way up onto your toes and down. So that was 2. This time we're going to go down slowly. Now the best way to have it is like your little finger on your thumb and your thumb on your head, and you rock forward and try and touch the finger to the floor. So just going to do little head rocks forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly stand up. So coming forward now. You're going to come forward down, take your arms out onto the floor or to the blocks. All you're going to do is tip forward and tip back. We're going to do about 5, okay? So tip forward, tip back, tip forward. Excited? You're done? Okay, and then stand. Okay, this time we're going to do a bend and fold. So the idea is you bend down low, hands to the floor, straighten your legs, and then bend, and then stand up. And again, bend down, keep the hands to the floor, straighten the legs, bend the knees, and then stand up. 3 more times. Bend down, hands to the floor, push, sink, up. Last one, bend down. Now if that one was intense for you, stay with that one. The next round, is putting the hands underneath the feet. These are called like monkey rolls, I think. So, sit down as low as you can, and then straighten the legs as much as you can. I really find that stretches more the middle of my back. Cool. Roll up. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on a yoga flow that. Oh no, we'll do the knee first. I knew there was something else. Sorry, I got put off. So to release the fluid in the knee, you can use a wall if you want, but we're gonna have the leg here. Now you can do this with a resistance band, but basically you're gonna pull on the knee as the hand goes forward and come back. There's no leg there, Dan. There's no leg there, mate. I know, terrible, okay? So if you need the wall, that's fine. But again, pull forward. And when I had fluid in my knees, this really helped to sort of release it. So push into the knee. Good for the quad, the hip flexor, and also the standing leg and hip. 4. Try and focus on something in front of you. 4, bam. 2 more. Good. Switch sides. So keep the knee tight in, trying to let it go out, and focus on something in front of you. Turn into a cartoon character, and you're so ridiculous. That's it. So just have you can have your hand on the wall as you do it. You still pull the leg out, just with your hand on the wall, but it's a great. It's one of these exercises all in one. And what I'm trying to do is keep it's very hard, but trying to keep your waist level. That's a real challenge. 3 more. Okay, fantastic. Okay, give your legs a shake. So this is one of the ones in the yoga that I always plan on doing and then I forget about. So I'm going to start with it. So I start going into a flow, then I think of a million other things. So I've got to focus on this. So what's going to happen is you've got your sort of warrior 1 stance. This one's a little bit shorter. It's only about 4 feet in between the legs. And they're very tight. Now, if you've got your blocks, I can use the blocks for reference. You don't need them, they're flexible. Away, away. Sit down. So, got my blocks here. Now you put your knuckles behind your back, or if you're more flexible in your wrists, you can have your palms together. But I find the teaching. Right, so just tip forward, trying to keep the back as straight as possible. Now from here you're going to lengthen the spine, pushing into both feet, and try and keep that back as straight as possible. And then allow everything to fold, put your hands on the blocks, or on the floor if you're more flexible. And then we're going to twist. So, take the opposite arm up and open up the hips this way. Trying to get the hands in line. And then twist the other way. Put your hand on the block of floor. Twist the other way. Now hands on the block and come up onto one leg. Now in this sequence, I'm going to curtsy, take my knee behind the leg as low as I can, and then pump up, okay? And again, we're just going to do 5 today, but you're working up to about 10. So curtsy, take the knee behind, and then pump up. One more. And then hold it up there. You can keep your hands on the block or the floor, or practice your warrior 3. So you can have hands behind, hands in prayer. If you want a real challenge, have hands forward. And then slowly, with control, bring your knee through the center. Hold on to your knee with both hands. And lift the arms up and try and straighten the leg. And this is the tricky bit. You're going to try and tip back into warrior 3. Excellent. And lower the foot back down. And the clever thing they do in the class is you just sweep around to the other side. So feet 4 foot apart, knuckles behind, keep the back straight and tip forward. Keep that back as straight as possible, pushing both feet equally into the floor. And then let the back to round and reach to the front. Take one hand up to open, reach. And then flip to the other side. Both hands down. Come onto one leg. Do the curtsy lunges. So take the knee behind and then lift. Your own time, low as you can, and fly up. Now from here, try and keep your hands off warrior 3. Slow with control, start to upright. Bring the knee up. And hold. Gently. And you take your hands up into the air. Try and straighten that leg. Hold. Now with control, start to tip back into your warrior 3. Okay, and then stand, give your legs a shake and feel, there you go. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to do a lot with the lower back. If there are things that cause you problems, Adam, just don't do them. With the lower back, my methodology, because sometimes you do any exercise like gardening or anything else like that, and it just goes for the strangest of reasons, and you don't really know why. But when you're rehabbing, it's that thing of lengthen strengthen and also practice contracting it. So we're going to try and do sets of that. Okay? So sit to the floor and we'll go for number 1. So again, I've done this one a million times, but I really find it works. Is to just bend your legs as much as possible and fold forward and grab your toes. Now this is where we were using the strap the other day. If this isn't available to you, wrap a strap around your feet and just fold forward. Now when you breathe, it will lengthen into your back. So as we breathe in, look to the ceiling, straighten the back as much as possible. As we breathe out, just let it fold. Now if the heels slide forward, that's fantastic, but don't force it. Dan, I have to wait with the bed, you're being too much of a pain. Why can't you just chill out like the rest of us? Breathe in. And naturally, just let everything fall forward. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And then just concentrate with your breathing now of pushing your feet into your hands and just letting the arms release from the back and feel hopefully a nice release there. Okay, and come back. Now, Andrew, to strengthen your knees, when you're doing this bridge pose now, you can put the block in between your knees. Okay, and this will obviously help the strength of the leg. So we're going to do our bridge pose now. You can do 2 variations of the bridge pose if you want. You can do the regular lift here, or you can do trying to find the hands underneath your back, or if you want to push your fingers, your palms into the floor as you lift as well, you can do this version as well. Okay, so we're just going to do 10, your choice, whatever you're feeling with your training. Okay, so the first kind is just lift. As you lift up, try and squeeze the backs of the legs and the lower back, so feel that part of your body working, and then lower. Lift, squeeze, lower, lift, push your feet through the floor as you lift. If that's feeling okay for you, you can start to clasp the hands, roll over the shoulders. Start pushing your hands into the floor as you lift. Engage the back muscles. Last one, hold for 10. Now, if you've got a back injury, you may just want to grab onto your knees and roll back and forth. This could be a release feel. You might want to go into happy baby. This might be a release feel. But what I find helps is, I think it's called deaf man's pose, and just bring the knees to the ears. And then you can either stay there or just lift your feet up to the floor so the back gets a little bit of a workout. So we're going to do 10, but please feel free to do any variation that I mentioned. Go forward. Oh. Okay. So this next one, I could turn into a little bit of a challenge because, again, when we've got an injury, we don't really just want to fix it. We want to make it stronger so the injury never happens again. So I'll give you this test now. Don't worry where you are. I'm going to set the timer for a minute. It's quite straightforward. All it is Cobra. You start off in Cobra, and you just take your hands off the floor. Right, I'm putting you in the bed now. You've had your fun. You've had every chance to settle down. So the idea is, how long can you lift your chest off the floor, keep your hands off the floor, and use your back foot. Okay? I've never done this before, so I'll be trying to find out how long I can go. Usually in the yoga class they say hold for 10 seconds, and that's bad enough. So let's go for a minute. 3, 2, 1, and go. So push up first and lift your hands. Feel your lower back. Push. Again, if you feel immense pain, obviously come out of it. Halfway there. Ten more seconds. Doing well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then sit in your child's pose. And again, try and breathe through the back of the spine to open everything up. Okay, round number 2. So again, feel free to do any variation you did before. It's going to make each exercise slightly more intense now. So this time I'm going to grab the sides of my feet, almost identical, but again I'm going to breathe in, look it up, and then push my feet into my hands as I breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out. Cool. Relax. Now with the tabletop, doesn't really matter where your fingers are pointing, back or side or forward, whichever's comfortable for you. But you bend your legs then. Again, if you want to put a block between your knees, you can. And you just lift the hips up. If it feels okay for you, pull the head back and then lower down. Okay? Just do 10 of these. Ready. 1. 2. 3. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And last one for 10, hold it for 10. Cool, and sit down. Oh, shoulders and chest had a good workout then. So this next one now, deaf man's pose you can do again. Again for me, the plow really helps to strengthen that back. So again, only if it's available for your neck, sort of roll back, bring your feet straight, and just hold it here. And again, you can stay here, but again, what I do is lift the legs up, and then let them fall a little bit deeper. And I just feel all of my back work in a way that You don't often do with regular exercises. But just do what feels good for you. Slowly roll out of that. Okay, next one on the front. This is going to incorporate the back and on hopefully and with the knees as well. So I'll show you a couple of variations. And this again would be, if you couldn't reach for your feet, this would be where you grab a strap. So if you've got a strap, you grab the strap, just reach it. You can grab here and just let your feet push into your hands, or you can try and lift your knees and your head so only your pelvis is touching the floor. Again, I'm going to set the timer for a minute. See how long you can hold it for. Okay? Ready, go for it. Try and keep the knees in line with the hips, don't let them splay out. Keep the head neutral. "15 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. And this time, go into your child's pose, but this time I'm going to curl my toes. A little bit of difference. You don't have to, you can go to a regular child's pose if you want. I know. Not playing ball. Okay, last round, but hopefully your back feels like you've had a bit of a workout, a bit of a stretch. Okay? So again, feel free to do any of the modifications we've done so far. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab right for the bottom of my heels. So this gets into my back quicker, but again, grab anywhere on the foot that you can. So breathing in. Straighten in and pushing forward. Breathing in. Excellent. Come on up. Now, when you're working on your wheel pose, it's a good idea to elevate your feet. So again, in the house, you put your feet on like a sofa. Something. Obviously, we don't have a sofa here, so all I'm going to do for today is I'm going to put my feet on my blocks. Again, not ideal because the blocks slide around, but again, listen to your body. You can either just lift the hips with the elevated feet, that's fine. You can push it with your hands, you can roll up onto your head, but we're just going to do 3 of these today. So we're going to try and lift, hold for 10, and then come down. So I'll show you the 3 variations, okay? So first one, I'm just going to lift my feet and push into my hands, okay? So ready? 3, 2, 1, and push. And down, and then try to push up onto my head. 1, 2, 4, 10. Try pushing your hands more. Okay, cool. What I want you to do now, guys, is to go near a wall. Set yourself up so your head is facing the wall, and then try and get your feet to the wall and walk your feet down. So it's like an assisted plow pose, if that's available to you. And what you do when you push your feet to the wall is you try and push your feet into the wall like resistance, and this will help to strengthen your back, if it's okay on your neck. Okay? So I'll demonstrate to you. So if you like, how far should I be away? About fingertips different. Okay, man?
Just some back spasms.
Oh no! Then try and push your feet into the wall. What I do is I bend my legs and I just try and straighten up. Cool. And slowly roll out.
That's calf stretch as well.
Yeah, it's a great one. It's great. When I first came back to training after I had my 5 years off, that's the thing that I found was stiffness, my back, because I just hadn't used it. So what I used to do is do a similar pose to that, but I'd lock my feet underneath a kitchen chair. And so I had my feet pushing against the chair. They hold on to the chair so we couldn't go anywhere. And I just pushed resistance there, and I would just ease my back so much. Because again, it just felt so tight, not using it. And that one on the wall is kind of like a little in between, not so quite as intense as the chair. Okay, we need one more lying on the front, strengthening one for a minute. Okay, so the hardest one is the swim. So if this isn't available, just do this. Just go hands forward, hand side, hand back. So Adam, if you've had a back injury, just go forward, cactus, back. If you want the challenge, you go forward, side, back, swim through. Okay? And again, I'm just going to set the timer for a minute. Do as many as you can. But I find that bringing your elbows forward works the back in a way that no other exercise really does for me. So give this a quick go here. Okay? So, ready, and go for it. So, feet up or feet down, it's up to you. Halfway there. Three, two, one. And then I'm going to go into a puppy pose, so my hips stay over my knees, and I stretch forward, push your hands into the ground. You can stay there if this is working for you, but a nice little variation is to put your palms together and take your prayer hands behind your back, and I find this stretches out the triceps, and they're always sore for me, so that's a good one. So what I'm going to do now, maybe the last 5 minutes, I'm going to try and help your back spasm with some lying on the back stretches, okay? And these are really good to do at the end of every day because you can do them on your bed pretty much, okay? So number one is just lying on your back with your feet just wider than your hips and your knees together. And this simple motion just takes the pressure off the knees. Now your hands can be out to the side or they can be in cactus position, whatever's good for you. So we're just going to take 5 conscious breaths with the knees in. Breathe in. And out. Now we're going to let the knees go out as far as they can. They won't be able to go very far, and then bring them back in. So go with your breath, go slowly, steadily. As your knees go out, if you can roll your foot onto the blade of the foot, this will help to get into that sort of lying butterfly pose. Then start to let the knees rock from side to side, nice and gentle. And let your feet hold on one side, take the bottom foot and hook it over the top knee and turn your head the other direction. So just breathe. Good. In your own time, slowly switch sides. Look over the other shoulder and twist. Okay, and then from here, we're just going to take the knees in and we're going to do in to out circles with the knees. And change direction. Okay, so I thought of one more knee release for you, Andrew, to help out. So you can take one knee on top and bring it over to the side. If you want to rest it on a block, you can. Now, this is called the pretzel, which I always like this name, but this one kind of makes sense. Your bottom foot, the one that's straight, you'll bend that and try and grab it with your opposite hand. Your top leg and try and straighten and grab the big toe. And you look like twisted pretzel. And as you breathe and push into the hands, you can expand. And slowly release. Pick up and go to the other side. And then you can stay there if you want. If you want to do the pretzel stretch, you can. And then just chill out for 5 seconds, or a couple more seconds. In Shavasana, just breathing. hopefully that's helped in some small way. So feel free to lie there a bit longer. I'm just going to stand up and start to put things away. You guys just chill out.